Hi guys, this is Arjuna, aka Professional High Priestess. Listen, I've been dealing with some justice stuff this morning. Oh my god, it's not 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I had this message that I had to put out for the collective, okay? So basically, my guides are telling me that you guys know a lot of these karmics they use sex magic. They use sex magic to make this masculine feel like, oh, he's in love and that's the best sex that he ever had. And why am I so attracted? It's sex magic, right? So some of the sex magic has gone beyond like the penis spells or like the little couple candles, and it's gone into like full blown like blood rituals and sacrifices and other things like that, where these karmics have tried to bind these masculines to them. I told you I saw it in the dream state. They use like these nets. It's like two nets. And the masculine is stuck between these two nets, and they have these like ethereal, like serpents or like ropes tying in and out, binding him to that net, which is basically like the karmic, right? Those two nets. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like they call it gridding or grafting. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I saw it because every time they do magic on me, I see it. Or I'm not going to even go into detail with that. So my guides are saying that a lot of exorcisms are happening right now by divine intervention, because some of these karmics have gone to like really extents to far extents to bind these masculines, and it's made them sick. It's impacted their gifts. It's given them sex addiction. It's made them feel like helpless and hopeless and stuff like that. It's like tampering with them, and they have a divine duty that they're supposed to be fulfilling, right? So my ancestors are saying that these exorcisms are on fleek and on demand. Also, to divine feminine, you could have even done some spiritual work for your person, or because you break a certain spell, it breaks the magic, or you wipe your just by your twin being in your energy field, it wiped him down with the telepathic powers, and that magic was able to break off of him. So what's going to be happening now is some of these the symptoms of this is, let's say for instance, if you've been through this, you may find, because some of these masculines do sex magic on feminines too, where they try to project into your energy field and all these different type of things, trying to get you pregnant in the spiritual realm so that you can be led and drawn to them in the physical realm. A lot of that can be broken and just banished with sacral chakra clearing, banishing, cord cutting and things like that, right? But for some of these masculines, they're going to find themselves in a situation where, and for you too, feminine, right? Take how it resonates, right? Because all sides get this stuff done on them, where you feel like you can't nut. You feel like you're only attracted to either your twin, or you feel like you feel like you just don't want to have sex. And that's because the entity has left, right? So now you have to rebuild a healthy type of like sexual attraction, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's like when you stop eating sugar and then you eat sugar again, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Nah. And then you try to find like, oh, I want to eat fruits. Let me get some cantaloupe. Let me get some honeydew. Or let me make like my little like organic cookies and just put a little bit of natural sugars in there, right? Chocolate chips or whatever. That's what's going to be happening right now. So rebuilding a healthy type of sexual attraction. What these karmics don't understand is that they actually did themselves a disservice by doing that magic, because now some of these karmics are obsessed and they're oppressed and they want to, be up under this person, whereas the other person has no sexual attraction towards them. And if there is any type of sex going on, it's like wham bam, thank you, man. You don't really get like the fire, desire, or passion or anything like that, right? Now, one of the things that I did want to say for my divine people is sacred, and yeah, sacred, period. And I feel like for some, it's like, I talked about this in one of the channelings. When these masculines get that magic put on them, it's really wicked because it desensitizes them to the feminine essence. So they either have to fuck a whole bunch of women, or like they just get turned out, right? I talked about this in a channeling, so take it out whichever side that you're on. And that's what I'm saying. Like that type of thing, you should not be doing that. It's very wicked. It's like it's spiritual rape, literally. It's sexual. It's a form of sexual assault, and there's major karma behind that. Now, for some of my feminines, one of the things that you want to be careful for is if you know that this karmic has done sex magic on your person, or even blood magic, or they've sacrificed him and stuff like that, you need to make sure that before you mix with this masculine, even in the spiritual or in the 3D, that he has to do the exorcism work. He has to, because what's going to end up happening if you start merging with him, you're going to start getting sick. You're going to start feeling tired. You're going to start feeling a little bit confused because the entity is trying to eat you as well. You see, you may even start to get your skin may even start acting up and things like that. So you need to make sure that you're also doing the things for yourself to clear out that magic. But this is the thing, divine feminine. This is why the karmics are so hell-bent on intercepting the connection or playing games and things like that, because they already know once the divine feminine mixes with the masculine, all that magic is going to break and they're immune to it, period. Right? Because the strongest spell breaker is true love. Look, you got crown right here. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, and some of these karmics are filthy. They go out and they do all kinds of stuff sexually, and then they come back to come kiss on these masculines or fuck on them or do whatever the hell. And it's just like, you don't want to be dealing with that. Just like masculines, they don't want to be dealing with females that are dirty, then we don't want to deal with, or feminines, right? You don't want to mess with someone that has like a sexually transmitted demon disease, then we can't deal with spiritually transmitted. Okay? What messages do you have, please? Regarding the sex magic has been broken. Yeah. And that's when the sex magic is broken, my guides are also telling me too that a lot of these masculines are going to have like a whole lot more energy that they need to route into productivity and manifestations. What messages do you have? What messages do you have? You got purified. Didn't I tell you? You got ancestor support. I told you on demand. The ancestors are doing this on demand. And then didn't I tell you that these karmics with the mirror effect, that this shit is going to be backfiring onto them? They're going to be hella obsessed and hella oppressed and playing with their pussy or dick or some shit like that, or running around trying to find the charge, and they can't. They can't. And another thing here too, for some of these masculines, you want to know what broke the spell? Maybe they came and they fucked on you, they messed with you, and then they went to go mess with the karmic. They're like, oh no. I see the difference. I see the difference now. And this is why some of this has to happen to teach these masculines the power of the sacredness in the sex. Just because you're a man doesn't mean that you can't be a hoe or you can be wild or filthy with the sex. Just like they put those standards on women, men can be like that too. You got purified. Yeah, the magic has been broken. It's breaking. The ancestors are stepping in. No. You're not going to keep on sacrificing this person, doing spell work. One of these masculines have a grandmother that's been trying to break that, or divine feminine alerting you to help him with this stuff or something like this. I feel like this is for somebody here, like this stuff is real. Like I said, that's why I said, if you're dealing with spiritual warfare, it's best for you to stay celibate. I need to watch this wig. If you're dealing with any type of spiritual warfare, it's best for you to stay celibate. Or if you know this masculine is dealing with spiritual warfare, it's best for you to stay celibate. Now, for some of you guys, you're going to have some of your karmic feminines or karmic masculines trying to come back to you to merge with you. Some of you guys are like, okay, well, I'm in a same-sex couple relationship. It can be like that too. It can be like that too. If this person has any type of low vibrational fuckery in their energy field and they're trying to merge with you, it can happen too. It doesn't matter if there's no for women, if there's no direct penetration with the phallus. Okay, so there's that. And there's karma here for these karmics as well. Clarify, purify. You got the 7 of Wands. I told you, didn't I tell you the ancestors are blocking this fuckery out, period? And also to divine feminine, like if your masculine just got out of Dodge, or just, like I said, they need to get into quarantine. They have to. They have to, because that can be deadly to you spiritually, to be dealing with that. Yeah, because the third party is filthy. You have to. You have to make sure that you cleanse yourself. You have to make sure that you protect yourself. You have to make sure that your masculine or your feminine or whatever has to do the spiritual work. They have to do the exorcism, period. Because that shit is serious. Those sex demons and stuff like that, they play with the real jinn. I told you guys, I put out a channeling about this some months ago. And I saw this real jinn in the spiritual state. And in the spiritual state, what happened was there's real demons that they play with, they call them Brahmins in the Hindu culture, but these are black tantric magicians that stay in the dream state, and they're like overlords, and like different karmics come to them they offer different people to them, and then that overlord binds them and holds them and traps them and takes their energy to manifest whatever the karmic wants, or to bind them to do this person to do their bidding, etc. This shit is serious. And I told you guys about what I was seeing. So if you guys feel like you're going through this, I'm getting a stomach ache. So yeah, if you've been connecting and you have to just clear this shit out. You have to, because this is crazy. These karmics really go too far. They don't have any respect, and that's why with the challenge that I put out yesterday, the last time is the last time. That's why a lot of these karmics are going through this, because they've done the unthinkable spiritually. They've disrespected several bloodlines, several future bloodlines. They disrespected several spiritual guides, all of that shit, just to play with these masculines or play with you feminine. It's serious. That's a high crime in the spiritual realm. Just like it's a high crime in the physical, it's a high crime spiritually. It's rape, period. Sexual assault, period. Clarify ancestor support. You got the High Priestess and the Temperance. Yeah. So I told you there's a feminine ancestor here with the High Priestess, or like angels and guides that have been trying to protect you and your person, or to break this magic or make them aware of what's going on. It's deeper, and I feel like when this magic really breaks and like more healing and clearing work is done, somebody's gonna be hella mad because their energy is gonna come back and they're gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like a brand new fucking person. Yeah, it's called the Exorcism. This shit is crazy. Some of these karmics have done like magic where this masculine can only wants to fuck on them, but because their heart is not in that or whatever, they're just fucking on a whole bunch of people because the karmic cannot complete the charge. Period. Because yeah, Queen of Wands and the Seven of Swords. That's what these karmics have to understand. You can play with as much sex magic and blood spells and shit like that, but if you're not the real twin, nothing's going to work. You're just going to make this masculine sick and bring him down to his knees, or is that the point? That's why these karmics want divine feminine out of the picture. That's why they play with energy harvesting or separation spells and stuff like that. So that your masculine cannot feel your energy spiritually. That shit is crazy. Some of you guys have maybe like you're with your person now or whatnot, and you're like, okay, why can't I feel the energy? Because you need to clear out your heart chakra. And then the vibration will come back. You got the Sun card, I told you. Exposure. Yeah. But this also too is enlightenment with the Mirror card. You got the King of Swords, Ten of Swords. I'm telling you. Ten of Swords is also DNA damage and curses. Yeah. This it's like they're when they do that sex magic, they're siphoning jewels from your masculine's bloodline. If your masculine is playing with this karmic and going back and forth, don't mess with him, because she's trying to intercept and take that energy, that charge from you through him. And if your masculine or your feminine allows that shit, that's major karma for them. You can't do that. You got the High Priestess and the Temperance and the Sun here. This is major spiritual energy, but major spiritual judgment too. What's going to happen to these karmics with the sex magic? You got the King of Cups right here. Yeah, these masculines are not going to be any emotional towards them. Two of Swords, they're going to get caught up. It's unemotional though. That's what I'm seeing here. Unemotional. That's what I'm picking up, and no connection. And they're going to feel hello like used. You got the Nine of Wands. Yeah, they're gonna keep on going. Something's also gonna happen you got the Death card right here, okay, and the Fool. But also too, what is this right here? You got the Ten of Wands, burdens, and the Strength card. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I say like it's time for celibacy for a lot of these masculines, because this shit is going too far. These karmics have done too much. They play too many games. They play with too many spells. It's time to bring it all the way in. Ten of Swords. Some people are like, now. Some people, it's easier for some people more than others. I understand 100%. But another thing here too is like, once for a lot of these masculines, they're going to be getting, like with the Temperance card, angels are going to be coming through to help them with this resistance. Because what's going to end up happening, what's going to end up happening is so let me get my flashcards out. They are going to find themselves in a situation where like this is it's good. It's basically going to be in their benefit, basically. Don't worry, they can wait. It's going to be in their best interest. They'll figure it out. Trust me. Divine Feminines, there's a lot of us, we've been celibate for several years. I've been celibate since 2018. It's not that hard. You can do battle by yourself. Literally. They have something called good vibrations. You can get toys, get a fleshlight. But what these karmics also know though, because this shit is spiritual poison. My stomach is starting to hurt because I'm picking up on a feminine in here. So you need to like because before I got on here, my stomach didn't hurt. Okay, so I'm picking up on there's a feminine who's probably dealing with this right now. So celibate for 6 years, girl, get it. Before that, I was celibate for 3 years, and then before that, I was celibate again for 4 years. It's not that serious, and that's why like. You guys saw what I went through and shit like that. And that's why I was able to kind of like withstand all that, because all the karmics that were coming after me, all of them are sex workers, or they've done sex work, or they're community hosts. And if you like to pop your pussy and be promiscuous, that's you. But I know for my spiritual path, that's a no-no. That's a big, big no-no. And you want to know something too? Like, okay, I got you. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. Okay, I may not keep this up because I know a lot of karmics say scan, and they want to know what's going on so they can go play with more magic and shit like that. So whoever needed to hear this message has heard this message, and I'll be taking it down in the next 10 minutes. But you said I'd like to keep my pussy to myself. Yeah, I mean, pretty fucking much. You guys are so funny. But some of you guys may feel some type of way. Just cleanse your energy and just some of you guys are like, I can't stop. Then you need to do anti-addiction work. And we did a whole thing on Patreon about that. That's why I say you guys meditate and you'll be okay. I'm telling you. We all got problems, okay? And we all have choices. So you guys sometimes you need, because addictions can also be or things like this, especially with the sex, it's hard, right? It can be like I said, spiritual. And that's why a lot of people are realizing that it's a part of a spiritual attack. So that's what I have for you. You guys banish the fuckery, take your spiritual baths, do what you have to do, okay? And you'll be okay. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.